Hi. I don't even know why I'm fucking doing this, but here I am. I guess I knew I needed to fucking jump on this bullshit train before everyone else did and give my fucking freshest, bestest perspective possible. Y'all, I was trying for a long time to get a better shot, but, like, this is the best we're gonna do. I don't fucking know why I'm shooting right now, but I do know why, and it's because it's an important moment psychologically for the entire culture, so that's why we're shooting at this fucking hour. Y'all guessed it. Ready?
Guys, what is up? Today I'm going to be doing a video that people might think is I'm trying to be offensive or I'm setting back like a movement or something like that, but
okay, hey guys, this is a sexist term because I'm not a fucking guy. Please don't call me a spoon drag. That's disgusting.
I want to talk about this because it's something that I actually have felt for a long time. Someone in the comments will know, like, leave in the comments below, like, someone will know I did a video, like, maybe it was right before I started dating Jason. It was, like, in January of, like, 2018.
Can you get to the point?
Yeah, 2018.
Can you?
I did a video, and I don't know if it's still up, I think it is, where I wanted to be referred to only as T because I didn't feel like I identified as a girl. Now, this seems like...
Okay, one, whack. She didn't feel like she identified as a girl. What the fuck? How can you identify? You know what? She shouldn't be identifying as a girl because she is in fact a legal woman. She's an adult. There's a difference between girl and adult, idiots. A girl is a minor, and if you have sex with girls, you're committing statutory rape. You're raping a girl. You're raping a child. And if you have sex with women, well, maybe she consented, but how would I know? I wasn't there. And the fact that men fucking use those words interchangeably disgusts me, and women do it too, and it's fucking disgusting and sexist as shit. Stop calling women girls. Full stop. Everyone. That's why this dumbass is thinking she doesn't identify as a girl because she doesn't think she can be a woman. Okay? If you don't like the term woman because you're too chicken shit to say it, then say gal, G-A-L, okay? It's Western AF, Como Joe, and, it's like guy, okay? They're both informal slang for female person or male person. I was talking to an idiot recently about this, and she was like, you're so stupid to get offended about the word girls in reference to women, and I'm like, okay, so it's like trivial and funny to you that the average age of a girl enters prostitution in the United States is age 14, which is a girl, which is a minor, which is a child. That's like trivial? Carrying on.
Crazy and weird and shocking because I was born a female, and I'm ultra girl.
You guys, I was born a female. Like, did you know that? Isn't that a special fact?
Now I'm very girly, right? Because when I was younger, I was teased a lot because they said I looked like a boy. I had a boy haircut. I had, just stuff I couldn't even control.
This is a recurring theme. These people always say that they were made fun of as children. This furthers my point that if you were made fun of as a child in a very serious way that probably scarred your brain. Do y'all know that psychological trauma actually puts physical scars inside your brain? I'm serious, okay? Brain trauma is really serious, and we don't even fucking know everything about it yet, but we do know that actual emotional abuse causes scars in your actual physical brain, okay? I'm sure it even prohibits signaling too in that case, because like that's the same with scars. Like if you have a scar that's bad enough, like you can't maybe you can't properly move your fingers, maybe you can't properly move your arm because your skin is not agreeing with it. So your brain is gonna close down those sensors that filled up your arm, right?
Hair on my lip, hair on my face.
And that's what's happening with these people with transgenderism is they were so traumatized as children, right? By other children, by adults even, by whoever, like saying, oh, you're a girl, or oh, you're a boy, you know, when that's not in fact what they are, causes actual psychological trauma and scarring inside your brain, and it causes this bullshit and other bullshit people who I'm not gonna fucking name right now, but y'all know who you are.
So people would call me like a man. Like there was one nickname, and it's not even funny. It's not even weird. It's not even like clever. They'd be like,
they're not bullshit people. Like just because someone has a delusional issue like this doesn't make them less of a person. Let me be clear there. Okay? You're just as much of a person as I am, as anyone else is, even people I fucking hate. Okay? You still deserve human rights. You deserve food and shelter. You deserve to be taken care of. You deserve to not fucking die of exposure in the winter. Okay? You deserve a home, etc., etc. But I'm not gonna fucking entertain your goddamn fantasy that your name, that this is a gay man who's actually a woman. I'm not doing it.
The man penis. Like, I swear that
I'm not doing it because I'm a grown woman and I fucking know better, and I can see that this is not a gay man. Right? Yeah, anyway.
Sounds like I made that up, like it's freaking weird. I didn't really get it then. I don't get it now, but they would just be like that I was like a man, and I didn't get it other than my lip. I know they made fun of my hair lip a lot. Anyways.
That's terrible. I'm so sorry. Maybe people shouldn't fucking be making fun of children in that way. I don't care if you're a kid. If you're being absolutely fucking cruel to another child, don't do it. What's wrong with you? Something is wrong with you if you're punishing your peers like that. If you're torturing them, if you're making your friends in school, if you're not even your friends, if you're making a kid in school cry by saying mean things, wow, that's terrible. I wish someone had fucking corrected your behavior.
Compensate for that when I got older, like when I was like 18 and I could start like, you know, like spending money on my hair and like all that stuff like that.
Right, because that's what you do when you're a hop, is you spend money on your hair anyway.
I used to always wear sports bra because my natural breasts were very like, one was uneven, like they were hella uneven, and one was really saggy and one was kind of up. So I always wore like sports bras.
That's normal.
Like flat in my chest. And I never liked the attention as so after I was like a man, blah, blah, blah. Around middle school is when I started like getting breasts, and I started getting like attention from like older guys, like not even high schoolers, but like just grown ass men. And I didn't like that at the time, which is very...
Yeah, that's sexist and absolutely fucking disgusting. Do you know what happened to me the first time a grown man hit on me? Do you know, guess how old I was? Take a guess. The first time I was ever catcalled. I was 15, okay? I was 15 years old. I was fucking walking home alone at night in an area I wasn't familiar with, and some fucking college dude walked right by me and was like, "Hey, mommy, you sexy. What you want, girl?" And I was like, I was terrified. Okay? Weird and disgusted. This guy was, like, way too fucking old to be speaking to me. Believe it or not, okay, I was in my fucking cheerleading uniform. So obviously this faggot fucking predator, who, if you say that shit to a young woman, a high school age girl, you're a pervert. I didn't even fucking know this word ephebophilia until some idiot commented it on one of my videos. Ephebophilia is like advanced pedophilia. It's where you're like, you're still attracted to minors or practical minors, right? Like, you're not attracted to 5-year-olds. You're attracted to 15 to 19-year-olds. Cool, asshat. You're still a pedophile. I don't give a shit.
Oh, because now I'm very hypersexual. I'm very much about boobs and like showing them off, and that's my issue. Because here's the thing: I identify with men better.
Makeup. This is a really girly shirt. Breasts. Woman hands. Faux claws. Long ass hair. Obviously this is a woman. I didn't need to fucking point any of those things out, but obviously this is a woman.
People always think like there's something wrong with me because I don't have like that many girlfriends. Like,
oh my god. There's nothing wrong with you if you don't have very many girlfriends. There's nothing wrong with you if you don't have very many friends. Okay? There's nothing wrong with you. Why the fuck is my phone doing that? It's not focusing properly. Keeps doing this weird blinky thing. Stop. It doesn't mean you're less of a woman if you have fewer female friends. Where is she getting her information? Tumblr?
I love girls. Like, I do love girls, and I love, like...
No, you love women.
I love, like, their sensitivity and all that stuff like that. But that's why I just...
Wait, is this like a major cultural, like, obstacle block we have here? I think it is. I think I've just fucking figured it out. Females can't identify as woman. They're not being taught that. They're being taught that they can identify as a girl or a guy. Okay? And a girl, like I said earlier, is not the proper term for someone of this age, for someone of my age, for any woman who's above the legal age of consent. Okay, which in the US is 18, which I think it should be older, but we're not even, that's a whole other fucking can of worms. But technically, currently, legally, in the United States, you are seen as an adult at 18 years old. Okay? So any girl on her 18th birthday becomes a woman whether she likes it or not. The end. You're a legal adult at that point. And any guy, any young... Yeah, see how I don't want to call, and this is fucked up, I don't want to call, like, a 17-year-old kid, male, a boy. Because he's probably looking more like a man at that point. But I have no issue calling a 17-year-old girl a girl. That's because our vocabulary is fucked up and we're not fucking using the correct language to explain what people are. My tentacle fell down. This is a piece of shit, I will add. The suction cups are not strong. Anyway.
I identify more as, like, a gay man because I like guys, but I also identify as a...
What? She identifies more as a gay man. I identify more as a fire truck.
Guy, if that makes sense. The thing that kind of, like, stops it is I do love, which a lot of gay men do too, I do love, like, glam and voluptuousness. So in my head, I feel like I'm a transgender female to male, but also...
She feels like she's a transgender female to male.
Also, like, a drag queen.
But also like a drag queen. Yeah, because drag queens engage in sexist stereotypes, typical behaviors of women. Like having extremely long hair, like having extreme caked on makeup, like having extreme exaggerated movements, like being a woman for a performance, because femininity is a performance. Femininity is a performance. Get the fuck over it. Cry about it. It's a performance. It's fake. Y'all don't naturally have hair that long. Y'all don't naturally have breasts that big. Y'all don't naturally have fucking blue on your goddamn eyelids, you idiots. Y'all aren't naturally like that. You're putting on a goddamn show for a spoo drag so he can put his dick in you. Both of you. Drag queens and women hops. Is that okay? No.
That's kind of how I, like, rationalized it in my head. Because, like, okay, let me just tell you why I did it.
What did she rationalize in her head? She rationalized her like of hyper femininity bullshit to being a gay man. What?
If I as a boy more so, and from an early age. I don't like to be center of attention, except when I want to be center of attention. So, like, okay, she's like a drag.
She's identified as a gay man from an early age. Okay.
Right? They do, like, their full glam, everything, but in their day-to-day, they're not. They're very, like, low-key, whatever. That's kind of me. Like, when I want to put on a show, I put on the hair, I put on the makeup, I put on the outfit. But if you guys know me on this channel or my second channel or just in life, I never wear hair or makeup, like, in my day-to-day. I usually look crazy. Like, watch my second channel. I look insane. Like, as far as, like, girliness goes. Like, I just never wear makeup. Like, oh my god, I have, like, this on my face. Like, they just, like, let them go. Like, and so I've always just kind of related to guys on that level. And I've always just been attracted to guys, but not straight guys.
See, this is what I'm talking about, and this is what I mean when I say that makeup is wrong, because makeup is in fact wrong. Makeup fucks with your psyche like this. When you wear it, when you put on all of the bullshit, it fucks with your mind, and it tells your mind, hey, I can alter my performance and be treated differently by those around me. And makeup, slave paint, adult face paints really put you on the track to getting plastic surgery or to making you transgender, because you can in fact put makeup on and be treated different ways. You can. It's true. And none of these ways are really good, and none of these ways are really conducive to the advancement of women, and none of these ways are good for the environment, our Mother Earth. So it's all bullshit. It's all stupid. It's all a waste of time. It's all painful. It causes you pain. It causes you physical harm. Women trip all the time on heels. Women fall all the time in their fucking goddamn sheath dresses, okay? I used to wear that shit all the time, and I am still, after about 3 years, working on the fucking tenseness, getting rid of the tenseness in my hips and thighs that fucking caused. Because you have to stand around like this all the time. Instead of being, like, relaxed like this, like chill, you have to be like, it's so dumb. It's so bad for you. And if it's bad for women, it's bad for the advancement of society. Fuck off.
Always been attracted to gay guys. So that's why I've, like, always thought like maybe I'm a gay man. And then when it comes to girls, like, I admire girls with beauty so much. I just think girls are so beautiful to, like, look at.
Women? I'm honestly asking, is she talking about girls, like the girls who perform in toddlers and tiaras, or is she talking about actual women? Like, because those are two different things. Okay? Those are two completely fucking different things.
But like, straight guys, like, kind of turn me off. It's very weird. Like, I hate, like, over masculine energy. So, like, as a girl,
yeah, because it's called hypermasculinity and it's fucking disgusting. Like, okay, I'm talking about, like, really rapey men, okay? Men who assert physical dominance over women, etc. Like, that shit's fucking disgusting. Any sane woman would be disgusted by that. But, like, she's attracted to gay guys. Okay!
I was never really related to that. And then the final thing that kind of brings it full, I feel transgender almost, is I've always had
full transgender, lol.
Yeah, where I just, this sounds so crazy to say out loud, but, like, I just always thought my life would be easier if I had that part. That if I asserted myself, I wouldn't be a bitch, but I would be, like, a man. And that's how I always think when I talk to people.
I'm confused here because transgenders are so sexist, but they claim to hate sexism, but they love participating in it. Like, help me out, y'all. What's going on in your minds? Like, I understand saying, like, hey, you know, I don't like it that women are treated this way. Why the fuck? And there's, instead of saying, hey, I'm a woman and I'm treated this way because I act this way, because I act assertive, because I fucking do. Sweetheart, I act more assertive than you. I'm putting that out there right fucking now. Listen to me. I'm more assertive than you are, and I am a woman, not pretending to be a man. I am a woman, being a woman, claiming woman. Fuck off. What is a bitch about that? It's a bitch because society taught you that. Society taught you that an assertive woman is a bitch. Is that good? Is that a good thing for society to have taught you? No. So what a responsible adult human does is say, you know what, I've heard that about me, but I don't care. I am going to continue being assertive. Or the responsible adult says, I'm going to defy society because just because I say what I want to and I talk assertively doesn't make me a bitch. And if it does, fuck off. I don't care. I don't care that y'all think I'm a bitch. Y'all call me a bitch all the time. Some fucking spoo drag botched abortion in my How to Induce Miscarriage video said the most disgusting shit to me. I wanted to repeat it, but I'm not going to. Because that shit's fucking disgusting. I had the most disgusting shit said to me along the lines of, I'm gonna mouth rape you. Because I'm a woman and I'm saying what I want to say. Because I'm a woman and I'm saying that women ought to have rights to their own bodies. Because I'm a woman and I'm saying that women ought to abort induced miscarriage of a dude's spooge. That makes me a bitch. Okay.
I think of myself as being assertive and I think of myself as masculine energy, but because I'm a female and I was born with female parts, people think, oh, she's a bitch. So
I don't even think most people think that. Like, I think that does happen, but I don't think that... Maybe, even if most people think that, who the fuck cares? Move on. Get over it. You're not a bitch.
The whole transgender community has always...
Like, isn't that a sexist term? Isn't it sexist? Yeah, it is. It's sexist to say that someone is a bitch for being assertive. Isn't that what a bitch is? Is someone that's not obedient? Isn't a bitch someone who stands up to men?
Always, like, called to me for some reason. And I never knew why. I'm like, well, if you guys, I'm not like, I don't go out and advocate for it. Although I would be so down and I love, obviously I love the transgender community. So, like, I should be the advocate for it. But what was always stopping me was, like, I always thought, oh my gosh, am I trans? And I know I like trolled and stuff in the past, and so I don't want people to think this is like a trolling video. I've known, like, I've like come out as like gay before, I've come out as bisexual before, and that's kind of why I have issues in general with just terms in general and labels in general, like male, female, gay, straight, bi, because I don't know if I would say I'm confused. I would say I'm all of it, and that's why I don't like labels. And
you're male, female, transgender, bi, gay, and whatever the fuck else, straight. Bi and lesbian, gay and lesbian. What did she say? I don't care.
In general, like, I don't like, and I've dated people who are bisexual, and people are like, well, they're gay because they date guys more than girls, or they're gay, or they're straight. Like, I don't like that you have to be one or the other, and you have to like something more than the other. I've always felt that way. Even...
I mean, you don't. Who says that you do? The trans cult? Yeah, that's who says that you do. The fucking cult says that you have to like a certain side more, and you have to just have obedience to that side and have allegiance to the side, and you better not fucking differentiate from it. Because they're really fucking anti-gay. Because they're really fucking pro-straight. Like, obviously all trenders are just playing into the straight game. All trenders are trying to appear straight. Do you know how many fucking videos like this bullshit I've watched where they say, I want to be read as... Well, I know sometimes I'm read as... And they're like, I want to be read as male. I want to be read as female. So these random fucking people who you see in public in your daily life reading you as male is so important. Reading you as female is so important. Why? Those people aren't actually truly in your life. Those people don't actually really interact with you, but you want to be read as male. Okay, well, what if you're read as male and then it comes to the point where someone really truly expects you to actually be a biological male and you're not? What then?
With transgendered people, like, I've always been fascinated because there are some who transition fully, and then there are some that only transition partially, and then there are some that don't necessarily transition at all.
All of them don't transition at all. Some of them have more extensive plastic surgeries, but they're still 100% male or 100% female. The end.
All but just choose to identify as a different gender. And I think I'm more of, I just choose to identify as a boy. And I don't, and I know this is where it's going to get a little scandalous, I don't love pronouns like this.
Is this like a, I mean, I've said this before, but like, obviously this is a childhood trauma thing. Why I've noticed that these people use extremely childish language when describing themselves. She says she's identified, again, earlier she was saying girl, now she's saying boy. She identifies as a boy. That's a grown woman. She shouldn't be identifying as a child, and I don't care if she's using the terms colloquially because they're wrong. Like, you don't identify as a boy if you are in fact a woman. You don't identify as a woman if you are in fact a man. I'm sorry, that's not how it works. And then she just said she doesn't care about pronouns. Oh my god, I can't wait.
They and them, because that's super confusing, I think. Personal opinion, and that might be unpopular opinion, because I know Sam Smith recently is like, I'm a they.
Yeah, it is really stupid, because I think that it's okay to use they as a hypothetical person. Like, I'm fine with that. I do actually think that we need a hypothetical gender-neutral term, because it's super annoying when someone says he. If the person making the coffee knows he will have to change the cup or whatever the fuck, like, that's sexist, because that's assuming that, first of all, no one would even say that because it would be a woman, right, in a service job like that. So they would say she, which is also sexist. Like, I think there should, like, why not? I mean, sure, we can use they. I wish there was a different term, because the theys and the theybies are so fucking annoying to me. But why can't we use they for that? If the person making coffee needs to change the cup, they may. Gender neutral. The she / he thing is annoying as fuck. And it's so annoying to say she or he. Like, that, honestly, let's remove 2 syllables here.
Or something. That sounds like plural people. And while people think I'm schizophrenic and have multiple personalities, like, I choose not to identify as multiple personalities. So,
but you do.
I get it,
because you're actually a girl, you're actually a female, but you're saying you're a gay man.
Some days, and I think you could be a girl some days, and that's how I feel. So
I think you can be a guy some days. I think you can be a girl some days. I think you can be a fire hydrant some days. I think you can be a faucet some days. I think you can be a vacuum cleaner some days. I think you can be a 5-year-old some days. I think you can be a 90-year-old some days. I think that you can be a feather some days. I think that you can be a blade of grass some days.
While I love the term like girly and femme, I think that applies to me as a gay man.
I hate the terms girly and femme. I'm just going to put that out there. You're not a gay man. You're a woman. You're a very confused woman.
The problem with identifying as a gay man when you have female body parts is that you're not going to be able to fully satisfy yourself by being with a gay man. No, nor am I going to be able to satisfy a partner, like a gay man partner. And that's what's frustrating, and I think it's frustrating just in general. And
if a gay man were to get with you, he would be a bi man, or he would be a straight man. You wouldn't, an actual gay man who is actually physically attracted to other males would not physically be attracted to you, Trish. Duh.
As I have watched so many beautiful, like, transgender people, like, come out and stuff like that, I know with dating, it's very difficult because people, even if you, let's say you fully transition, right? I'm just going to use, like, a very broad, generic transgender person, like male to female, and you have that full transformation. You have breasts, and you have a vagina, and you have all of that.
You're still a male.
Even if you have all of that, and you tell a guy, like, hey, I was born a male, like, guys will be pissed. Straight guys, gay guys, whatever. And same like in my terms. Like, let's say I wanted to be male to female, right? Or female to male. Okay. Like, obviously I look like a female now, so if that's not what they're attracted to, they're attracted for a mask. And, you know, the parts, that obviously I'm not going to satisfy them. But let's say I went full transition and got the parts and everything. And I said, hey, I was actually born a female. That would turn off a lot of guys as well. And I know this because I've talked to guys about this. I've talked to gay guys about it, straight guys about it. And I get it. And for me, I've been with transgendered people, and I've only been with a male to female. I've never been the opposite way around, so I don't actually know what that transition's like. But to me, it's like, it's the same thing. It's not different. Surgery is amazing these days that you can't even tell.
No, it's not. It's not amazing. You can tell. I can literally tell every time. If I'm in person with someone, I can fucking definitely absolutely tell that they're male or female. And I can also always tell in a video. And I can tell, therefore, that she's female. Someone who can't tell is experiencing vision problems, is experiencing facial recognition issues. You know what? Remember what I was saying earlier about having scars on your brain? Maybe that kind of trauma or scars on your physical brain can prohibit you later on from recognizing faces and being able to differentiate male from female, etc. Because I used to say like, oh, everyone knows that who's who and what's what, but like, and most people do. Most people absolutely know if someone is a male or a female. But I don't think that transgenders can tell. I'm serious. I think they have such severe brain trauma that like some of them actually can't tell. Or they're just kidding themselves. I don't know. Because they're always like, do I pass? Do I pass? Do I pass? Or whatever the fuck. Right? This is madness.
Tell a difference. If that makes sense. And
I forgot what she was saying.
With a partial transition, male to female. And, like, it all works the same, feels the same. And when you're with a male to female trans, like, and they haven't fully transitioned on the bottom, you still get a woman, if that makes sense. You're still getting a woman energy.
No.
With a different,
maybe it's feminine, dumb shit, but that's not the same thing.
I think it's more important to be open, and I'm not saying the world needs to be open. I'm saying with me in my mind, I need to be open. And while my name is Trish, like, I never really identify with that name. I've always actually hated the name Trish. And for some,
maybe you should change your name to one you like then. Maybe you could go by a different name that you like. I get it if people hate their name. It's totally normal. It's a normal ass thing. But like, just because you hate your name doesn't mean that you hate yourself. Doesn't mean that you need to fucking change your goddamn personality when you change your name.
For some reason I never liked it, but I just realized now because it's such a it's a female name, and I don't really identify as female.
Wow, that's fucking misogyny. There's no such thing as a female name. There's no such thing as a male name. Something that happens a lot, and y'all tell me your thoughts on why this is that, boys' names become girls' names, but never the opposite. Why is that? A bunch of names used to only be boy names. Sydney was a boy name. Courtney was a boy name. Kelly was a boy name. What other names? Nothing that I can think of. I forget why I brought that up.
Do I fully identify as male? I don't know. Well, now this past week, I had the societal boy haircut, which is like short. And I've never felt more freer and liberated in my life. I wasn't getting looks from gross straight men.
That's because you weren't being perceived as stereotypically feminine, hun. Not because they thought you were a boy. They just thought you weren't participating in compulsory femininity, and they were like, oh, I'm not going to check her out because I'm a pedophile and I only like women with really long hair. Seriously, women with really long hair who are women a lot of the time, not all the time, but frequently, they look much younger with very long hair. It's weird. But if you like look at pictures, you might know what I'm talking about. My friend has short hair. It's like right here. She posted a picture of her like with her hair like really long from like a year before, maybe 2 years before. You know, you don't age that much in 2 fucking years. But like she looked way younger with really, really long hair. Y'all know what I mean?
I didn't have to do my hair.
It's like it hides your features. It can hide your face. It can hide your neck. You know? It can hide you. And when that stuff's not hidden, it's like you're exposed. In a good way.
Hair in the morning, but it wasn't looked down upon. It wasn't like someone was like, oh my god, your hair, which I have gotten those multiple times when I don't brush my hair or whatever. People always think your hair. But while I had that on,
yeah, that's also rude to talk about someone's appearance that way. Anyway,
the ones that I think I could just literally roll out of bed and just go. And I felt free and I felt happy.
Sweetheart, that doesn't make you a male because you like short hair. Fucking duh.
I felt really happy. I didn't have to worry about hair or my body so much. I know guys are like into their bodies and stuff like that, but I
You can be a woman and not care about it that much. Newsflash.
didn't feel that way as a boy. I felt like, oh, I'm really, really free of myself and my body. And while I did have like the boobs in my butt, I felt like a thick boy. And I kind of like loved being a thick boy. I don't know. It's kind of like...
Yeah. That face. Yeah, because you know what's wrong.
I know that kind of sounds crazy, and I'm sure people think it's crazy, but I felt it, and like you'll see in the vlogs and vlog footage, I felt happy, and I felt like I was just feeling it more so than I've ever felt glam or anything. And I think it honestly is just a feeling, and I don't want people to like be offended. I don't want trans to be offended, gay or straight or whatever, by thinking I'm like mocking this or I'm confused. And I know that's such a misconception that transgender people are confused. And it's not that I'm confused, it's that
They are. They are actually very confused. Anyone who is convinced that they're not the sex that they are is extremely confused. Anyone who is convinced that they're not in the reality that they are is in fact confused. I saw a clip of Dr. Phil a while ago, and this woman was convinced... Okay, I shouldn't laugh. This is terrible. This woman was convinced that, I think the Michael Jackson song, Dirty Diana, was about her because her name was Diana. And she was not anywhere near Michael Jackson while he would have potentially been writing the song. She had never met him. They had no connection whatsoever, but she was like, I know it's me in the song. And Dr. Phil was like, well, why is that? And she was like, well, one time, like around 1981, a car like slowly drove by my place, and I think they looked at me in the window, and I'm pretty sure it was Michael Jackson. Like, it was that level. And and her family was like, you gotta get her to stop thinking this because it's all she can talk about, and she's convinced that blah blah blah, she's this woman in the song, and it's not fucking true. Okay? We don't entertain that kind of like totally not realistic fantasy. We don't entertain that kind of delusion. We don't entertain that kind of delusion, but we entertain this kind of delusion. Y'all tell me what the issue is there. Y'all tell me what's going on there. I don't get it.
I identify as both. I just don't necessarily like the term they or them. So do I think I'm transgender? Yes, 1,000%. Do I identify with my natural born gender? 1,000%. So
I don't think we have 2,000% here, but okay. She's talking nonsense. She's talking the nonsense of the trans cult. Like, this is the kind of crazy newspeak that they have. Is like you identify as your birth sex. You identify as transgender. Like, you don't identify as those things. You can't, even if you are transgender, that doesn't mean that your identity, what you identify as, is valid, because it's not. It's invalid. You're still a human being worthy of respect, but you're not your pretend sex.
I think that's where I'm at, and I feel really free and liberated, and I wanted to talk about this because I think it's important that you can identify as masculine and feminine. You can identify as male and female if you choose. I mean, if you're a man and you love being a man, awesome. If you're a female and loving a female, awesome. But I've never loved being a female. I've never been so excited about being a female.
That's because women are oppressed, dummy. I shouldn't call her dumb. It's because women are oppressed, you hop. Okay? Yeah, you don't want to be a woman in that case. You don't want to identify as a woman because the world is sexist as fuck. Yeah, that's bad. But you identifying as a gay man isn't helping anyone at fucking all.
I love the attention I get when I'm glammed and dolled up. But let's be real, I'm basically a drag queen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a show. I am a smoke show. I get my hair and makeup done, and I am someone completely different. And then...
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not a completely different person if you're wearing adult face paints. I'm sorry. You might be wearing adult face paints, and yeah, you might look slightly different. You might have weird-ass highlighting and fucking weird-ass fake claws on the end of your fingernails, but that doesn't mean that you're a different person. Just because you change your appearance doesn't mean you change your person.
And when I'm just low-key and
your personality, your life.
not makeup. And it's not to say, like, females need to be girly and always have to do their hair and makeup, and that's what makes a female. I'm not saying it that way.
Yes, you are.
I'm saying it more of, like, when I have that masculine male energy in me with the short hair, with the pants, with my boobs strapped down more, with not getting that attention from straight men. I felt myself, and I felt so freaking happy. And that's why I was like, you know what? I'm just going to say it. Like, I identify as a boy a lot of times. When I don't wear hair and makeup, I don't.
Someone who will remain nameless said about her that she thinks she can identify out of her oppression, which is something that I actually originally said to her, the person who said this recently in a different video. Who's a transgender man. You can't identify out of your oppression as a woman. I can, actually, because I'm a radical feminist. I'm a fucking Amazon. I eat meat and I don't shave my body because I'm not an idiot. So I'm trying to identify out of my oppression because I'm a radical feminist and I'm doing radical things, like making this video. I'm not, spouting liberal rhetoric and being like, blah, 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 blah. I'm Trish. I go by T.
So, like, you look disgusting, you look this, you look that. Like, I'm free. I'm a free person. Not to say you have to change it and call me T. I like the name T because, like, I think that's a very, like, generic and both gender name, but I mean, I'm Trish. That's what it is. That's my born name and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think you can be any gender you want to be. I don't think you have to decide what gender you are. I don't think you have to announce what gender you are. I think we can be a transgender person without having the judgment of, oh, you're not trans enough. You're not transitioning enough.
No, we can't, because we can't have transgenderism in society anymore. We need to get rid of it entirely. Transgenderism is about it's about gay conversion therapy. It's about converting the gays. It's about making the gays appear straight. It's about harming women. It's about harming men. It's about suppressing lesbianism. It's about suppressing gayness. It's about fulfilling sexist gender roles. Those are all bad things, and those are all things we need to work against, and transgenderism does no such thing. It just upholds all of that bullshit. So stop.
You're not passable, you're not undetectable, like that kind of stuff. So I think a lot of my attraction, especially to gay men as opposed to straight men, come from the fact that I kind of relate to being a gay man. And I know that sounds crazy, and I don't want to offend anyone, but that's how I feel. And that's why I have so many gay guy friends, because they are out and they are masculine. And
okay, you're offending yourself. You're offending yourself by saying I identify as a gay man when you can be no such thing. Like, you're putting yourself down by saying I identify as something that I can never be. You're putting other women down by saying that they can't be assertive and that they can't act masculine if they're women, and you're being a shit example to girls and women everywhere. That's bad, Trish. That's a bad thing.
They have masculine energy, but they're also like sensitive and sweet, and they also like admire women and respect women. Something straight men don't do as easily.
What the fuck are you talking about? I have the most disgusting, misogynistic shit I've heard from men has come out of gay men's mouths. Come at me. It's true. I have heard tons of disgusting shit from gay and straight men alike, but I've heard the exceptionally disgusting shit from gay men. They don't respect women. Maybe they respect femininity, sweetheart, but they don't respect women. They don't respect you. They're probably calling you fucking mean names and shit.
Either. So I've always just liked their energy, and I like that. And I've always related more to that, and I never understood females being catty or competitive, because I just never felt that way with another female. You
didn't? But you wore adult face paints? Because adult face paints are really about competing with other women, women competing with other women, women using their adult face paints to get above other women. Because their adult face paint is better. Their adult face paint is prettier. They look better in their adult face paint. They're going to get more dick in their adult face paint. They're going to get better men in their adult face paint. Fuck off. That's competition. Cry about it.
And I think I've been insecure in relationships with other females because in my heart, I didn't feel female at all. So like if someone cheated on me in a relationship, I was like, oh, it's because I'm masculine energy. I'm a male.
Really? I have a hard time believing that.
If that makes any sense.
No, it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Anyways, something I just had to like get off my chest. It's something that I've been feeling really great about. And while yes, I do have like hair extensions back and stuff like that, one day I might just shave it all off and chop it all off to show, like, to be proud of my male side that is in me.
You don't have a male side that is in you. Maybe you have stereotypically masculine traits, but you don't have a male side because you're 100% a woman. Like me!
And inside me, and it's who I am. So, I know that's maybe not so dramatic for some people, but for me to get that off my chest and say it, and so that way you guys understand me better of where I'm coming from just in general, makes me feel so good and so happy. And I appreciate all support, and just know that, like,
this is a social contagion. This is a front. This is a problem. The reason why she's believing this shit about herself, that, oh, she's transgender, oh, she's a gay man, oh, she identifies as a drag queen, is because she learned it. The trans cult taught her. Hashtag the trans cult taught me. That should be a hashtag. Y'all get on that. Let me think of an example. Hashtag the trans cult taught me that you can be any sex if you just put on makeup. Hashtag the trans cult taught me that gender is real. It's not. Clue. It's not. It's fake.
I love being in the LGBTQ plus community. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. And whether that's me as a bisexual woman, me as a gay man, me as an ally.
I feel like this is like a failed attempt at a gang or like a religion. Because people say this shit. They reiterate these phrases. And they act like it's... Because you can't be bisexual and a gay man. Like, you can be a bisexual man. You can't be a bisexual woman and a gay man simultaneously. I'm sorry.
Me as a transgender, I want to be a part of it.
Oh, okay, my bad. She's a bisexual woman, she's a gay man, and she's a transgender. These three things are not like the other. These three things are totally different. These three things do not go together because they're fucking different.
I want to do more, and I think it's something that we need to be talked about more, and it's not necessarily just a little group of people. Like, you have to be LGBTQ, one of those to be in it. You could be all of them, you could be some of them, you could be partial that.
LGBTQIPA, we can't forget pedophile. What's that? QIPA-MAP. Y'all know that they're trying to get pedophiles added to LGBTQIPA, whatever the fuck. And they're sanitizing the word pedophile. They're called minor attracted persons, or MAPs. And it's straight up pedophilia. But because this liberal bullshit has gone so far off the rails, we are now at the point of that happening. And y'all can thank transgenderism for that.
And it's accepting, and it's all inclusive, and it's not just like straight people and LGBT. No, it's we can all be together, and this can mix a little with that, and this can mix a little with that, and then it's just a nice world we live in. So it's not necessarily a coming out video. I just want it to be a more normalized thing that you can be.
See, did you see what she just did? She was just doing like the mantras. She was just doing the religious talk. She was just doing the like power play. It's power play to be like, it's all inclusive. It's all exclusive. It's all inclusive. You're going to Disneyland. Everyone gets free of oppression. You get free of oppression. You get free of oppression. You get free of oppression. No. You're upholding oppression, and you're maintaining the sexist status quo society that we have currently. You're not questioning gender roles. You ought to be defying them. And instead of saying, hey, I feel like I'm trans, why don't you be butch? Instead of saying, hey, I feel like I'm this, why don't you just defy that stereotype instead of living up to it and fucking cutting yourself up about it? I think we should do the other video she has out. Oh, we didn't even finish this.
Any gender you choose on any given day. And that's it. Alright guys, I have some BTS of the day that I chose to be a male of Zac Efron, and then also some footage of just me literally living my best male life even after we were done shooting. So check that out. It'll be here on this channel and my second channel. So I love you guys. And I'll see you soon. Bye.
So apparently she did an apology video, which we are now gonna watch. Oh wait, okay, she did two. This one's shorter.
That video, no way to think I would get so much backlash and hate and a ton of people on the LGBT. And that alone breaks my heart so much because I never would want to offend that community, but I've been so like.
Oh, but you don't give a shit about women just like everyone else on this planet? Cool, that's what I thought.
Strongly for and admired and loved and allied with for so long.
I don't think I can finish this. I'm too tired.
I haven't watched Gigi's video, but Gigi called me yesterday, and I just broke down because I was already getting so much backlash.
Gigi is a basket case. Okay? He is psycho. He is fucked up. He has a plastic surgery addiction. He is a man who thinks he is a woman. Okay? That's not someone, in my opinion, anyone should really be taking advice from.
And she's so sweet, and she told me, so many people are texting me and like, I'm gonna make a video and stuff, but I support you, you know. She said, I haven't watched her video because I can't really watch things. I just check Twitter and Instagram, and even that I shouldn't check.
This is a traumatized human, okay? And the whole reason that I've fucking been watching this shit is because, guess what? The end is near. Yep, I'm calling it. I called it yesterday because this bullshit started happening yesterday, 8th October 2019. The transgender castle is crumbling. Praise be to great God Almighty, a woman. It's crumbling because a bunch of famous transgenders responded to that video I just showed you. And she is reiterating every single thing that the trans cult is built upon, every single bullet point that the trans cult is about. She's just following suit and saying that and regurgitating it, basically because it is in fact a cult. And all of the transgenders, all of the well-known transgenders are watching this and being like, oh my god, she's not trans. Oh my god, she's so not trans. Oh my god, she's so not trans. But they can't define what transgender is. They're the right kind of trans, but she's the wrong kind of trans. Why is that? They're saying, the only thing I've heard from a transgender, from a true transgender, is that she wasn't thinking she was male young enough. That she should have started thinking she was male as a child. But she only started thinking it recently, and that makes her less valid. The fuck?
I just support you. Because I support her. As I support anyone going through it. You know? And I lost it because because of the judgment of backlash. It's not something Patrick Star tweeted me and said, like, are you acting stupid? Just because I put on a wig and nails and makeup, it doesn't mean I'm a girl, a woman. I just play dress up. It's fine, and I get that. And yes, what I did last week, I was playing dress up for a music video. I was putting dress up for a role. That's not what I was saying. It's because I did that as a good time. I'm a man. This is something that I have just felt since I was 5, 6, 7.
Is she trying to get on their good side now?
In therapy, sorry, my phone got a phone call. I have a gender identity therapist that I've been talking to for the past 6 months. Because the thing is I never would have said I was transgender before. I never would have said those words because I do have boobs. I do have a vagina, so that, of course, to most people makes me a woman.
No, it's not to most people. That is, in fact, what a woman is. If you are a female, you are a woman. If you are an adult female, human, you're a woman. Okay?
And I've talked with him and I was like, well, I don't think I'm non-binary. I really think.
What the fuck is non-binary? Someone go ahead and describe it to me. Literally no one has yet.
Female, male. He told me not every transgender transition. And I have so much anxiety over this. It's just because of all the things I've done. I've obviously trolled in the past, and I've obviously said stuff that I don't mean or I don't stand by. This is something that I so strongly stand behind, and I felt like, you know what? I come out with this because I feel like there's a lot of people, and maybe there's not a lot, but I've gotten a few DMs from people who say I also struggle with gender identity, and at first, years ago, I have a clip. I'll see if I...
Okay, I'm really tired. I don't think I can finish this bullshit, but I just wanted to tell y'all that this is exactly what I just said. It's bullshit. Like, I'm so sick of this crap happening. I'm so sick of people talking about this, and I hope, I really do, that this is the beginning of the end of transgenderism because of how fucking stupidly so many transgenders are responding to her first video. She said all the right things. She hit all the right fucking bullet points to fit the criteria of transgender, of being trans, okay, of having gender dysphoria, okay? But everyone's saying she's wrong probably because she looks extremely feminine. Let's be real here. She's a woman and she does, in fact, look extremely feminine. But if you look more like a boy, if you pass more as a boy, then you're going to be taken more seriously because sexism. Like, I don't know what's to fucking debate here. I don't know why people aren't fucking seeing this shit when it's so goddamn obvious. Let me tell you another fucking thing right now. I believe that this channel